Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we are gonna see how to make interior designs. So let's get started. The first thing what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add a plane. Select file and add a plane like this and rotate it in the x90 and grab it in the z and control it and snap to the increment like this and grab it in the y like this and press Ctrl like this and snap it to the increment. You can see we have now created this wall of the interior. So to make a thickness, I'm going to go to edit mode and extrude it like this and extrude by the minus 0.3 like this. We have now created a thickness and go to object mode again and set the length. In order to set the length, press N and in the dimension tab I'm gonna press it like 6 meter. Yeah, 6 meter and the Y 3 meter. Now again press N and go out of this edit mode and select it and grab in the Z and press Ctrl. Grab in the Z and press Ctrl. Snap it around here. Yeah. Now we have made the first wall. To make the second door, go to edit mode like this and press 7 and select this X-ray mode and select these sides and extrude it in the X 0.3 and again extrude it in the Y 5 meter, not 5, sorry. Select this and extrude it in the Y minus 5 meter and extrude it in the Y again minus 0.3. Again extrude it in the X and select snapping tool, not like this. Select the snapping to vertex and tick this snapping tool icon and Ctrl T like this and select this and extrude it in the X like this and snap it to this and extrude it in the X again and in the minus 0.3. Now we can extrude it this direction and snap it to here. Now we have made the basic shape of the house. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna input the furnitures. To do that, I have all the furnitures at this location and I'm gonna add this furniture to this place. So first I'm gonna add the door and the window. So go to object mode and take this off and go to edit mode again and select face select and Ctrl R like this and 2 edge loops, add 2 edge loops and scale it in the Z direction like this. I have now added the window. We will have 2 windows and 1 opening. Towards the opening, I'm gonna add again another loop cut like this and scale it in the X direction, and select face select mode and select these faces by pressing shift and extrude it like this. Now we have added the partition. The next thing is add the windows. To add the windows, I'm gonna add Ctrl R again and 2 edge loops and scale it in the X direction like this. Again Ctrl R in this place and again 2 edge loops and scale it in the X, and Ctrl R again like this. We have now added all the material. Next go to object edit mode and select these faces by pressing 3. Go to face select and select this face and this face by pressing shift and go to edge and select bridge edge loops. We have now created this window, and select this face again and this face by pressing shift and in the edge loop option again bridge edge loops. We have now created these two windows. Next we are going to add the windows. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and press shift S and select cursor to select it, and go to object mode and press N and create. If this add-on is not enabled, go to edit and preference and add it in this by typing Archimesh like this. Now in my case it is enabled. If it's not enabled in your option, make sure to enable it. So I'm gonna add rail windows like this, but it's not fully fitted to our window. So what I'm gonna do is scale it in the X direction like this, and scale it in the Z direction like this. We have perfectly added the windows. Next again go to edit mode and select this face and shift S and cursor to select it, and go to object mode and add rail windows again and scale it in the X again to fit the window like this, and scale it in the Z. Now we have perfectly added the window. The next thing is we are gonna add the floor and the objectives. I'm gonna time lapse it that because it is a repeated process, so we'll meet after adding the objects. Now we have added all the objects. The next thing we are going to use, we are going to add the lights. To add the light, I'm gonna press shift A and add a light like this, and add area light and grab it in the Z direction like this, and rotate it the viewport and rotate it in the X 90 degree. You can see we have snap to this location and grab it like this and move it like this location. Yeah, now we have added to this location. Now we will increase the light and grab it in the Z, grab it in the X like this. We have now added the light and shift D the light again, duplicate the light and move it to this location. This location. We have now added the light and this plane. This is the emission plane. We can now add to this location, grab it to this location like this. Yeah, we have added all the elements. Now the next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the indirect light. No, let's first see the scene by pressing this key. You can see the light is too small, and this you can go to the shading tab and it is correct. The light is too small, so we will increase the light. To increase the light, select the light like this and go to light settings and set it to about 100, and also this set it to 100. Now we have the light, but it is translucent, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the property to the transparent. To change the transparent, select the window and go to shading tab and delete this property, this node property, delete it and add a transparent and a translucent shader. No, translucent, and mix shader. Mix both shaders like this and add another shader like glass shader, because the window is glass, so I'm gonna add the glass shader and again mix the shader and mix the glass shader and the mix shader and to the surface. We have now created this property. Next, go to this material property and change the shadow mode to none and the blend mode to alpha hashed, and go to, now we have made this light pass through the window, but we are going to bake the next indirect light. To bake the indirect light, we have now see the light only affects the room by directing light. We need indirect light to make it brighter. So to make the indirect light, we first add light probe, cube map and plane. To do that, go to layout mode and press Shift A and add a light probe like this, and create irradiance volume and scale it in the X direction, and grab it in the Y like this, make it at the center and scale it in the X and in the Y like this. You can see we have now, but we need to make full encompassed, so scale it in the Z and grab it in the Z direction. We have now make it fully encompass the room and increase the resolution about 6 all direction. Next we are going to do is we are going to add a refraction plane and grab it in the X direction, no, in the Y direction, and scale it in the X direction like this, and scale it in the Y direction like this. I have now created this plane, and at last we are going to add a cube map and scale it up and grab it in the Y direction. And the last thing, we are going to add the roof. Without the roof, we are going to make not nice lighting. So first, before we bake the indirect light, we first make the roof. So select this part, the whole part, and go to edit mode, and go to this mode. After that, select this parts by pressing Shift and duplicate it by pressing Shift plus D, and press P to separate the object. Now it is its own object, so go to object mode and select this part, and go to edit mode and press A to select all, and extrude it a little bit, and select this object again, these two objects, and extrude it like this. We have now made the roof. The next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna bake the object. So to bake the lighting, go to object mode and go to this menu, the render properties menu, and go to indirect light and bake indirect light. It does take a while, but it's not too much. So we're gonna continue after baking the light. Now it has finished. Now the light is baked. The next thing, select the camera. I'm gonna select the camera and decrease the focal length to 30 like this. Now we have baked the light, so we are going to see the result by pressing the P4 shading. Now it looks great. You can see we have made this. So the next thing is increase the light a little bit. The next thing, we are going to make the settings ambient, set ambient occlusion, bloom, and subsurface refraction, and set the refraction like this, and go to performance, shadows, and set it to 124 and set it to high bit depth like this, and also set it to, this is the same, set it to this 1024. Now we have made our scene. The next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna select this roof and hide it. No, I made a mistake, sorry. Select the roof and hide it and press 7 and alt select, and no like this, press 7 and add the cursor to this place by pressing shift and right click, and add a camera by shift A and add a camera and grab it in the Z direction. Grab it in the Z direction like this and rotate it in the X90. Oh, where does it go? Oh. Rotate it in the X90 and rotate it again by pressing 7 and rotate it like this. You can see we have now made this object. So the next thing is scale it down. It is too large, so I'm gonna scale it down and grab it in the Z. Now go to the orthographic here and grab it in the Z direction a little bit like this, and grab it in the X. Yeah, this location. Now we have made all the objects and the camera. The next thing what you're gonna do is you're gonna animate the camera movement. So to do that, first we are gonna set the vertical split like this and set it this viewport to the camera like this, and go to the camera settings and viewport display and pass part out to 1. Now we are going to see only the camera, and select end and view to camera to view. Now we can't, when we move the camera we can go out. So at this window we're gonna tap 7 and we're gonna go to timeline like this and shift select the camera and set the keyframe at this point. Press I to set keyframe and select location and rotation and grab it like this. No, I have made a mistake, so I'm gonna go to frame 250 like this and grab it like this in the X direction only, and rotate it grab it again like this. Now we can set a keyframe, location and rotation. You can see now the animation at this window like this. You can see we have now made a perfect animation. But there's a little bit mistake. Select this object and grab it again and rotate it. Now it is perfect. Let's see it again. We have now made a perfect animation. So this is all about making the interior design and animating. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.